Hello, everyone. How's it going? So good to see you guys. It's been a minute. It's literally been 3 weeks. I I got COVID. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm so mad about it still because I've been pretty good, like masking up and stuff. But it was my chosen sister's birthday, and I decided that, I wanted to go and celebrate with her, and she had a bunch of people over, and yeah, I don't know if I caught it there or not. I'm assuming so, but we'll see. Or not, we'll see. I don't know. I will never see. um, I gotta put on top chat. I forgot if this will let me. My Streamlabs is acting super weird, so I was a bit late. I don't know, it was being finicky. But yeah, like it's not even showing the chat box. Who knows? Whatever's happening. All right, I'm gonna start by saying hello to everyone here. Tebow, I hope you're here, but if not, hello. Cyber Squeak, hi. Oh, you're playing The Sims in honor of me? That's great. Oh, also, I got a new microphone setup, so let me know if this is like too loud or not. It says I'm peaking, but I don't know. I never know. Hi, Mandy. And Lauren Anderson, welcome. Slash, what's going on, man? Polynomial Purebred, hello, friend. Tickle P Shivers, what's going on? Ricky Spanish, it's good to see you. La Senorita, what's going on? Fantastic Planet, hello, hello. Page Master, Allison Marie Armstrong, Nugget. Hey, what's going on, Nuggies? Hi, Zabrim, and Punk Pansy, what's going on? Let's see who else has come in. I think that's, Chupa Grandson, hello. Good to see you. All right. It sounds good on mine. Okay, cool. Yeah, it says I'm peeking. It says it all the time. It's so annoying. Okay, so I asked you guys to send in suggestions for etymology, like words that we can look up the etymology on. And I got two really great ones. I think Asbury Brad suggested dump, which I was like perfect. And then Alicia... Oh no, what is, I can't remember their full, hold on, let me check. Oh no, why is it, oh yeah, okay, they just go by Alicia. Alicia, corrected me, it corrected us. Guys, it's not Munkle with an N, it's Muckle. Muckle. So I am also going to be doing the etymology for Muckle, but I'm going to say that till the end. I sound so sweet. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Punk Pansy. I hope you feel better. I also hope Squeaks feels better. Squeak, I enjoyed your stream so much earlier. And Slash, I had a lot of fun listening to Dustin with you, or listening to you and Grego read Dustin. Like, he's so horrible. I forget, like, sometimes I just forget how gross these guys are. I mean, they're very, like, laughable. They're lolcows, but also nasty. And Craigo did a perfect voice. That was excellent. Oh, I don't know, Slash. That is what Alicia suggested. So I'm going to look it up and maybe we'll figure it out. If not, I'll pick another one that somebody suggested. I believe Wes said moderator or moderator. The Cornville Mucklers. Sorry. I still got COVID lungs. Pardon me. All right, let's look this up. Oh, and I should probably get my background music started, eh? Sorry, that was most like Minnesotan I've ever said in my life. All right. Let's look this up. I should have it pulled up. All right, cool. Dump, not a verb, noun. Okay. Noun meaning a place or refuse is dumped, a pile or heap of refuse matter. Well, that sounds like Lorne to a T. From 1865, originally of mining operations, which comes from the verb dump, in reference to sites for discarding domestic trash by 1872. And then the compound word dumping ground came about in 1857, meaning, here we go. Okay. In 1899, it was, could mean a shabby place. That's a long way back. I didn't anticipate it being that old. Tivo, what's going on? Welcome. Hey, Kitty Velociraptor. I love that it's from 1899. Amazing. Okay, in the military sense, meaning a collection of ammunition, equipment, etc., deposited in a convenient place for later use, unquote, is from 1915, and the meaning of, quote, the act of defecation is from 1942, and the dump truck is from 1930. Wow, I didn't expect it to be that old. I'm also going to look up the verb dump, which the noun dump comes from. So verb, meaning from the early 14th century. Whoa, that's an old word. Meaning throw down or fall with force, drop something or someone suddenly, unquote. Not found in Old English and is perhaps from a Scandinavian source, possibly the Danish word dumpe, meaning to fall hard, the Norwegian word dumpa, meaning to fall suddenly, and the Old Norse word dumpa, meaning to beat. Interesting. The sense of, quote, an unload en masse, caused to fall by tilting up a cart, etc., end quote, is recorded in American English by 1784, That of meaning discard or abandon is from 1919. And in the economic sense, meaning to export or throw in the market, blah, 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 is from 1868. So, seems like the discard or abandon is from 1919, which is already after a shabby place. So that's interesting that it's that old, 14th century. Holy crap. It's crazy. All right, let's see who came in while I was sharing. Moontang, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. And I think that's everybody. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so we're going to start off. Actually, not start. We're going to continue from the cliffhanger of my last stream, where we ended with, who's Paula? Now, we all know and love Paula, or to a degree we love Paula. I don't know her very well, obviously. But I'm very excited to listen to this again. It's been a minute. I haven't listened to it in a while. I had to go back in and look at where we ended because the Paula episode isn't included in the chronological order playlist. I think it must have accidentally been left out. So in the description of this video, you can see that. You can see the correct or the link to that particular video if you don't want to hear my commentary. Putting it out there. Hey, Callie. What's up, Werentmyfalse and Voice to Voice? Good to see you. Yeah, so we're going to get started. Oh, and then my build here is of, I'm going to have to put this here. My build here is of a renovation of the Japanese bathhouse, which is in The Sims 4 as a part of the Snowy Escape expansion pack. I like to redo the buildings because they all usually look like shit. And this is one without custom content. So if anybody wants to actually go and download this off of the gallery, you can do that. Hashtag Pearly Hates. That's my gaming name. So yeah, okay. Let's get started.
Who's that?
Who is it?
Jesus Christ, it's Paula? Kinda looks like her.
I told you she's online.
Let me know if this volume is good. Might have to turn it up a little bit. It's quiet for me.
She didn't used to look anything like that.
She also said she never had sex with you.
Oop.
Yeah, of course she did.
I love the glamour pose on the tree with the keys. I think that
Why
pose
is that,
funny.
of course?
Because I know how she is.
How come she hates you so much?
Oh, she don't hate me. If anybody would hate anyone, it would be me hating her.
He gets real quiet. Okay,
I don't think she likes you very much.
I'm gonna boost the audio then.
No, she does.
There we go. That's as loud as I can make it.
She does.
I don't want
She likes you.
I'm sure she's talking shit about me. It doesn't surprise me.
Who wouldn't? Don't we all?
Fucking try to fit in with anyone.
What happened?
What happened with me and her?
Yeah, I'm confused why she's on here saying stuff like she's responding to all the posts about her on there.
The what?
What?
She's responding to posts about herself on there about past things you've said about her. Being like, I was in love with Paula, and you're crying and stuff, and she's like, what the fuck is he even talking about? We barely knew each other.
That's stupid. What a stupid bitch.
There's his awkward
Barely knew each other.
Oh my god. That's his little awkward he. I've been caught in a lie laugh. That's a good new laugh.
To know
That's
you for
what
a
that
full
is.
year.
Let me test it.
Her and I hung around with each other every day for 6 months. There wasn't a day that went by that we didn't see each other.
It was
She'd
6
go to work,
months.
And I'd wait for after work and be there during work. And she'd go over to Paul and Laura's with me. She'd be over there. She'd bought my nephew.
Thank you, Polynomial Bread, for the donation. Appreciate it.
Birthday presents, crap of birthday presents, but she seemed like she was jealous of Leanne for some reason.
I don't know how to set it up so that it shows like donations or like reads them off, so I apologize. I'll have to figure it out.
That was weird. Even Amanda too.
I don't know who Leanne or Amanda is.
My nieces. For some reason she seemed more jealous of Leanne than she did Amanda, but she thought she was jealous of Amanda too.
Oh, fuck off.
Jealous of them for what?
Exactly. Jealous, an adult woman jealous? That's really suspicious, Lorne. Why would an adult paramour of yours be jealous of your children? I don't know. That seems like a very like Disney or like ABC Family bullshit to pull, but like creepier. And I say that because I'm thinking of like Parent Trap, right? Where the girls have to contend with like the evil potential stepmother, and she is technically jealous of the kids, but his implication is not that. His implication is that she's jealous because he spent more time with them, and it's just like, it's gross. It's like very pedo coded to create a term.
And I don't know. I noticed it then, but I didn't say anything. But I noticed that she gave Karen a lot more attention than she did either one of the girls.
Jealous of them in what way?
I don't know. It was just weird. I could just see the way that she acted. It was,
oh my lord.
It was different. She acted different towards the girls than she did Darren.
Boy.
I don't know who Darren is.
That was a fantasy that he had, probably. Like, oh, she's jealous. She's jealous.
Well, she was like talking on there about how she only knew you for less than a year, and how she was friends with like your brother's girlfriend. Like she wasn't even really your friend that much.
She's so fucking full of shit.
Okay, another good new laugh. That's what I'm calling it now.
So fucking full of shit.
Hi, 80s girl. Quick question. How is the audio now? Because again, like on here, it keeps saying that I'm peaking, and I don't want to like blow out anybody's eardrums at all. So
yeah. She's pretty adamant because people were like, oh yeah, you had sex with him. And she's like, I definitely did not have sex with him.
Hey, 80s girl and Silver Turtle Lady. Welcome.
I never made the move on her. She had to make it on me. She kept wanting me to go out and do things. I even missed time from work, and they told me if I missed any more time from work, then I'd get fired. And then we wound up going to her cousin's house in some other town that was further, it was a good distance away. I can't remember what the name of the town was, but I'd only been there that one time. But her cousin asked her if she wanted to stay the night, and she looked at me, and I said, "Oh, look at me." I said, "I'm not staying the night." I said, "I'm not going to lose my job."
This makes no sense.
Well, what were you missing work for?
Also, like, somebody, like, we need some sort of timeline or record of, like, every version of this Paula bullshit. Like, whatever story he said about her, this about her cousin, or, like, she had to stay with him, or the various stories about his potential sexual experience with her. Like, I need it all mapped out so we can figure out where he was lying. Oh, like a Lorne Liar episode. You guys should check those out. From, I think it's on Heelborn's channel. The whole Heelborn, Rebjorn, the stuff has me confused sometimes, but you should check it out wherever it is. Let me see if I can find a link for it.
Get back to work in time from the place that we were at.
No, I mean, you said your work, said they'd fire you if you missed more work. Why were you missing so much work?
Because I'd stay up late at night. I'd stay at the bar and wait for her to be done.
Still a virgin at this advanced stage.
Oh, she worked at the bar you went to?
Thank you for the sub, Cat G. Thank you. Also, hi, Cat G. Good to see you.
That's how I met her.
Okay.
So, you didn't meet her through your brother's girlfriend?
Okay.
No, my brother
Good to see you,
and my sister-in-law met her through me.
And hi, Dan Cubes. What's up?
That's how my brother and sister knew her. My brother and sister-in-law knew her. It was through me.
So, you would be up late waiting for her to get off work? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, well, I went to the karaoke bar every night anyway. before she ever started working there. And then she started working there. That's where I met her.
Why did you wait for her to be off work?
Because we were friends and we'd always hang out together.
Yeah, but I mean, if you had to go home to work, why would you wait till her to be done to go home?
Because
why not just go home, go to bed, so you're on time for work?
Because I had an interest in her. I had an interest in her, but I also didn't want to do anything until I knew she was over her ex.
Oh, no worries, Cas3y. I've done that before, too.
Well, why were you staying up all night waiting for her to get off work if you weren't going to make any moves?
Oh, my God. Stalker. 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 That is some stalker
So what does that mean? She got off of work, and then what did you guys do?
Well, we didn't do anything.
Dead giveaway.
She got off work, and she'd have to go home. But I'd go to the karaoke bar, and I'd be there all night.
So he'd be there all night, sitting, probably looking at her, or like I can see him sitting at one part of the bar and just constantly staring in her direction or like over his shoulder. He's such a fucking creep. And also, I don't remember what call it is, but in some call, somebody calls him a stalker, like a catfish call. And he gets really upset about it. Do you guys remember where that was? Somebody help me. It's just He's the epitome
longer
of a
than what I would normally be before.
Paula, Nikki, I would assume like Amanda James. Also, the behavior of him calling Ramona and like repeat like, answer me, you know what I mean? Or I, and then he proposes to her like it's Christmas. That is some like stalker type shit too. Debbie, yeah, calling everybody, trying to figure out where Debbie is. Oh, like, what it will say is, like, you'd call somebody like, hey, well, what's up? Have you talked to Debbie lately? Like, that type of shit.
Before,
it's Debbie, okay,
like
yeah.
10 o'clock or so.
He totally is.
When she started working there, I'd want to stay right up till closing. And then it would last, sometimes it would last longer. Then I wound up oversleeping sometimes.
Sorry, I have to pause again. Dan Cube said how good are these calls? It's simply a moron trying to freestyle. I love that. That's fantastic. Also, hello, Bunny and Viral Effects and Eel. Hi, friend.
Be late for work.
So why was that more important though than going to work?
Just because I had an interest in her.
Yeah, but why does that mean you had to stay there till she was done working?
It didn't. It's just I wanted to spend time with her.
Oh, is it brain?
So while
This
she
is
was
a
at
speed build.
like work, what would you guys do that you were spending time together?
Look at each other for an hour.
It was just I was there with her, and she talked to me, and I talked to her.
So she was just like being a waitress.
Just looking at each other.
Doing her job, but
like a meeting place. That's
pay more attention to me than she would anybody.
That's what the bar was. The bar was a meeting place for him.
Anybody else.
By her definition, I'm sure.
We just started doing
Did you
stuff.
tip her good?
Did I stick her good?
Ew.
Tip.
Did I
Tip
what?
like cash. You give her money
What
for
up,
your
T-Bo?
bill. Did you tip her good?
I don't remember how well I tipped her. I think I always went up and got my own beers, I think.
So, I mean, you had more
if she
interest
brought me a
in
beer,
her
then
than...
If she brought me a beer, then I tipped her, yeah. I tip every waitress.
Yeah, right.
Or waiter.
Yeah, right.
I know how it feels to be a waiter. I've been a waiter before. I know how it feels not to be tipped.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Lorne, as a waiter, would be hell on earth. He would come up to the table, like talk way too much, come in at the wrong time to ask, like, how's everything going? And then, like, stay and then have like some sort of weird, stupid conversation about like another customer that had come in earlier, or like make dumbass jokes about the food, or like a special. Oh my God, that sounds the worst. Also, he probably was a busboy. I don't see him as a waiter. I grew up in restaurants, like just I've seen many different types of styles, and his would be the absolute worst. Oh, I couldn't imagine it.
Yeah.
That's where
I didn't know you were a waiter. You never told me that.
I worked at Denny's in Oklahoma.
When were you in Oklahoma?
So I actually moved from Washington, and my brother and his wife asked me if I wanted to come down to Oklahoma because there's a lot of country music down there. They knew I liked country music, and they needed help with a babysitter for their baby.
Yeah.
So
oh yeah, he did say he worked at Denny's.
Babysit for them.
Could you imagine like being drunk, like super drunk, going to a Denny's and fucking Lorne is your waiter? It's so gross.
During the day, well,
the special.
While my sister-in-law was working and my brother was working.
Yo, imagine the mini syllables. Yo, the mini syllables of him trying to explain what's on the menu. Oh my God. Oh, I think you guys can hear Mr. Guru laughing. I just heard him laughing. Let me know if you can. All the way absurd. Hey, what's going on?
Give it a try. So I
Denny's.
gave it a try. But I didn't like it because
the kids menu.
I was used to Paul and Laura and the kids, and I loved being around Paul and Laura and the kids, and I loved it out in Washington. So I was down there for 3 months, and I went back to Washington.
So, when did you and Paula start hanging out?
I don't remember when it was.
I'll be right back. I'm going to check and see if the door to Perm's office is closed.
No, I mean, like, when was the first time? Like, what'd you do? Were you like, hey,
hi, MC Sleeves. Welcome.
You want to go down to the malt shop?
See, I met her. First night I met her, she had told me about her engagement being broken off. And I think it was sometime in that. Well, she told me where she lived, and it was very close to me. But I didn't know that she was still living with her ex-fiance. And I went over and knocked on the door.
Bullshit laugh. Liar.
He answered the door. I said,
that's either a lie or he's aware of how fucking creepy that is. And it was his stalkish creeper behavior was not welcomed when that man opened the door.
Paula here. It was quite an awkward moment.
Alpaca who, Evan McCabe?
Well, what happened?
Yep, it's a liar laugh, bro.
She just came out and talked to me. And told me, she said, I'm living with my ex-fiance. I said, I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that.
Ha ha, nice.
Well, why'd you go over there?
Nice one, Evan
I
McCabe.
was to see if she wanted to go do something.
You just, like, showed up?
Yeah, because I didn't have her phone number.
Bro.
Because you had her phone number, you just went there and knocked on her door?
Hello, Lorne's only working love.
Yeah, I thought she lived there alone. I didn't know she lived with her ex. I didn't even know the apartment complex. I didn't even know that wasn't an apartment complex.
That doesn't make any sense. How do you not know? How do you, first of all, knows where she lives, but doesn't know that she was living in an apartment? That's weird. How did you get that address? How would you have known to go on there? Why would you assume that she lived alone? Like, there's just so many layers of how creepy this is. And to think that he just, like, probably sat in his car. So I'm imagining bar closes, right? Or she gets off her shift. He goes out, gets in his car, and watches her leave and follows her to her house. I'm sure he did. And he's in his stupid little Hallmark brain is like, there's gonna be a meet cute. We're gonna bump into each other on her way home, or like maybe she'll go to the grocery store and I can be there too and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're both here. Like, he's definitely in his head trying to fabricate some sort of meet cute for them to like fall in love. Anyway, yeah. It's disgusting. It's so creepy. It's so creepy. I don't know if any of y'all have had like a stalker or somebody who's just like he's like too up in your business. Like that shit is so creepy. So creepy.
So she told me.
Regardless of how Paula behaved or I don't know shit about Paula's whatever. No one deserves to be treated like that. At all. That kind of fear, that kind of like invasion of privacy. Nobody at all.
Then
Hi, medium syllables. Welcome.
I know the name of that place. It's right close to me.
Well, how did you know her exact apartment number?
She told me.
Yeah, I believe this story too.
She was just like, oh, hey, I live at these apartments in 3D.
She told me what her apartment number was.
Bullshit.
That's how I knew where her apartment was.
Bullshit.
I don't remember her giving me her phone number.
How did she give you her apartment number at somewhere you didn't know was an apartment? That does not make any sense, Lorne. Explain to me that. How are you gonna go find some woman's house, claim that she told you where she lived, you show up, it's an apartment complex, so then also, how do you know which house is hers? Because we know she did not give you your house number. This is what I'm saying. He stalked her, he followed her, he watched her walk into her home. That's so fucking creepy. I fully believe that this story happened. There are some fucked up things that Lorne talks about where, like, and it's usually with that laugh where he's kind of caught in something. It's like a good new laugh where he's caught in something, or like there's a sliver of truth to whatever somebody says. And I believe that he actually did go to her apartment. Or at least I believe it, and I wouldn't be surprised as well.
Maybe she did.
And then he just makes shit up as he goes along, embellishes, changes up, the interaction, how the person was feeling, or he projects onto them what he thinks they should be feeling or what he is in fact feeling.
Maybe she.
Hi, Duchess of Cornville. And Gorilla Spawn, what's going on?
Back then. We didn't have cell phones back then.
Oh, okay. So you did not have her phone number. You just went there and...
Yeah, she told me where to live. Yeah, we didn't have cell phones back then.
It doesn't matter.
I just remembered that.
I would give somebody my phone number before I gave them my fucking address. Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? I don't give a fuck if it is pre-cell phone. Like... He's so stupid.
We got cell phones. When the hell was it we got cell phones? Actually, I think we just started getting cell phones, but it's when they first came out. And me and Paul...
Yeah, you probably didn't have one yet.
Oh.
Me and Paul was the only two that had them because we got them through work. But the general public didn't have them yet.
Yeah.
So that's what... I remember that now. That's why she told me where she lives. Or lived.
And she was just like, come on by.
Oh yeah, Eel. He's fully aware of how creepy his behavior is, which is, again, why he laughs at it or why he tries to justify it or kind of change the story up in the moment. Because he's like, oh shit, this actually makes me sound really creepy.
Huh?
So she invited you over?
No, she didn't invite me over. She just told me where she lived. I just thought I'd go over and see if she wanted to go do something. I had no idea.
Well, what kind of dates do you guys go on? Do you go, like, roller skating or anything?
The way I want to scream right now.
I don't remember if we were roller skating. I don't remember now what we did, but we
I
did
want to
stuff together.
smack
We
him.
usually went over Paul and Laura's. We usually went over there and hung out with them.
Well, I mean, like, when you went over there, what did you say? You were like, you want to hang out? And what did she say? She was like what?
Yeah, totally, Joe.
I only went over there that one time. When I realized that she lived with her ex-fiance still, I was like, I ain't going back over there again.
Yeah, he thought he was going to beat you up or something?
No, he actually seemed like a pretty nice guy. He must have been pretty nice. He used his credit card to get her a Bronco. so that she'd have a vehicle, and she had to pay him back.
So
That's
she's
very
a
nice
money
of
girl?
him.
Yeah, the fuck? It's kind of amazing. It either speaks to how, like, good she is at, you know, having people help her out, or how kind that man is. Like, why would you want to impede on that kind of a relationship? Whatever. Asshole.
Yep. And she went up to Alaska and asked me if I could make her payment on a Bronco for her. I made it, and he asked me where she was, and I said she went up to Alaska. He said, let me guess, she asked you to make her payment until she comes back. I said, yeah, and I said I'd do it. And he said, no, I can't let you do that. He said, I'll take this payment here from you, but he said, I can't let you do that. And he came over and got her Bronco.
I think this is horse
And
shit.
she was mad at me when she got back. And, oh, well.
Like, the logistics of this makes no sense. He's full of shit.
So she was just using you to make her car payment?
In the end, she was. In the end,
How did it all fall apart?
How did it all fall apart? Her and I fell apart before that happened. But I was still in love with her. Not realizing how much in love with her I was, but I knew I was still in love with her.
So after
Eel said, so the timeline goes, Lorne in the Air Force, then Paula, Molly/Melissa, Amanda James, Molly some more, Kayla, Jail, Nikki, and Catfishes. What a romantic history. You're forgetting a couple of names. If you go, if you look at Lauren's sexual history, you'll actually see there's a few more people like Monique. He's a lot more of a Don Juan than you make him out to be. Yeah.
she was fucking some other dude, you would still make her car payments for her?
Yeah, well, her and him broke up. She broke off the engagement with him. Later, she told, I think it was Laura, my sister-in-law, I think it was her that she told that she would never intended to marry him. She was just using him for a place to live.
So you don't think they were fucking?
Oh, I know they were. There was no doubt in my mind about
What gave it away? Was it the fact that they lived together?
Casey.
I said, what gave that away? Was it the fact that they were living together, that they were engaged?
No, the fact that I realized how she was.
Oh, horse shit.
What do you mean?
Unavailable?
When she brought him over to Paul and Laura's with me there.
Wouldn't it...
She brought him over there.
Wait, wouldn't it have been when you went to her house? I'm confused.
She stood behind him and kissed him on the head. I blew it off like, it's just friends. And I think it was... Well, she kept coming in. Oh, I can't remember how I found out about it.
She stood behind him and kissed him?
She gave him a kiss on the head. I can't remember how it was I found out about it. But I think it might have been through Paul and Laura. Because I was living with Paul and Laura at the time. Which I liked living with them because we all had fun together at the time. But it wasn't my choice. Well,
and the girls were there.
It was my choice to live with them. It wasn't my first option. My first option was stay in the apartment that I had because I was doing just fine, but I knew Paul and Laura wasn't doing just fine, and Paul came
That's
down
a bunch of
and tried to pull
horseshit.
a guilt trip on me.
Lorne is in no way benevolent at all. At all. I highly doubt he would leave a bachelor pad where he could groom as many people he wanted on the computer and, you know, have as much free time and not have to respond to anybody so he can stalk all these women. I don't buy that for a second. He was broke as fuck. He couldn't sell any vacuums because motherfuckers were rejecting him at their door. And he couldn't pay his bills. That's what happened.
And because Laura has depression and she sleeps a lot. I can't hold a job. She's never been able to hold a job, but...
Sounds like someone we know.
Sounds like someone else I know.
Oh, there it is. Yes, Casey.
It sounds like someone else I know.
Oh.
Minus the sleeping all the time. You never sleep.
Yeah, I never sleep. No, I'm not depressed all the time.
You should be.
I've gotten past that point where I'm letting things get me depressed. I might get depressed once in a while about something, but I don't stay depressed.
Mm-hmm. You should.
Or upset.
If anybody should have severe depression, it's Lorne.
There was one thing. Paula has heard the story of her boyfriend dropping her off at your place. She says that doesn't make any sense, and that never happened.
Another laugh.
Lie through her teeth, too.
Another good new laugh.
Why would she lie?
Why does she ever lie?
Yeah, why would she? He's like, that makes no sense. Why would I have my boyfriend drop me off at Lorne's?
She got in a fight with him that night. She got in a fight with him and...
So he
had to
drove?
drop her off at my apartment.
That doesn't make no sense. Where's her
When did you
Bronco?
guys start hanging out?
Where's the Bronco? Why didn't she drive there in the Bronco he got her? It's full of shit, man.
I mean, like, when did it happen? What was the transition from just you being a guy at the bar who would wait for her to get off of work to being like, let's hang out every day for 6 months?
There's no
I
transition.
don't remember exactly when it happened.
Bullshit.
Well, I'm not saying like the date. I'm saying like when did it become more of just you being a bar guy and her being a waitress?
The moment he saw her, Casey.
Happened. We just started hanging out all the time.
When you say hanging out all the time, was it when she was at work?
No, it was after when she wasn't at work too. We'd go on and do stuff together. Most of the
you'd
most
watch
of the
her
time,
go to
like
the
I said,
store.
We'd go over at Paul and Laura's. That's actually where we hung out most of the time, was at Paul and Laura's. So I asked her if she liked me and my brother and sister-in-law.
Wow. So he invited her out. Again, this story keeps changing. I don't understand it anymore. Also, that was the end of the bathhouse build. Again, you can find that under the hashtag #PearlyHates on the Sims 4 gallery. I'm posting all of my builds there, and with that hashtag, you can also find my stuff through that username, #PearlyHates. All right, let's pull up the next one. Oh, nope. Hold on, give me a second. Let me figure it. The next video I have is the ramen shop. So there's a bar in where the heck? Oh, here we go. Okay. So there's like a bar and restaurant in Snowy Escape, which again is kind of like the Japanese inspired world in the Snowy Escape expansion pack. And I reworked it into a ramen shop restaurant. So that's what we're going to watch now.
She said, sure.
Hey, Dr. Cassandra and Craigo. Hello. Craigo, your stream was so much fun. I loved your...
she was friends with your brother's girlfriend.
Your Dustin voice.
My brother's girlfriend? No, she wasn't my brother's girlfriend. My brother was
friends
married.
with your brother's girlfriend. Friends.
Here he goes arguing semantics.
She was a friend.
More proof that he's full of shit. When somebody makes a claim that you're trying to defend, and instead of correcting that and saying, instead of saying, no. I introduced them, or they weren't friends before, and instead he goes, oh no, she wasn't my brother's girlfriend. It was full of shit. That's not the point, and he knows exactly what she meant.
Friends to both my brother and my brother's wife.
Hey, Lauren. Welcome, Lauren.
but that's not why she went over there.
So when did you and her have the falling out?
It was when did we actually have the falling out? Well, see, she went back to, after she realized she didn't have her Bronco, she wound up going back to Alaska. Because she didn't have a vehicle back there. And she didn't have a place to live.
It wasn't the
Oh my god, wait. So the crux of the whole thing that he's hanging on, this Bronco, she left and had to come back for her Bronco car. Like, it don't make no fucking sense, guys. It really doesn't. And then she left because she didn't, like, that's a massive, massive move to go from Washington all the way up to Alaska. That's not something that you just, oh, I'm gonna move back to get my Bronco. That doesn't make any sense. This motherfucker's so stupid. Like, his lies do not make any sense at all. There are some people who are very good liars. And, like, it's kind of spectacular to watch them in action, right? Because you're just like, I know this motherfucker is lying out of his ass, but he's very convincing right now. That is not Lorne. At all.
Bronco.
Use the author's brain. That's true. He can be very imaginative in certain ways, and then like the application of that to other places is just so stupid. I think because he's like scrambling in his little lying brain trying to figure out how to generate a lie, whereas opposed to like generating or creating situations where his girlfriend is like somehow cheating on him. You know what I mean? Fucking sorry. Or those god awful stories he wrote.
In Washington.
And she actually stayed with me for a couple nights before she went back to Alaska.
Stayed with you?
We didn't do anything at all.
Now, so
just slept.
What, now you're living? I'm assuming that this happened because he talks about them hooking up, right? Was he still living with his brother and sister when they hooked up? Again, this timeline doesn't make any sense.
Watch TV and shit.
Yeah, his rehearsed lies are pretty interesting.
And she went back to Alaska, and it was like when she came back, she didn't have her Bronco. Then she went back to Alaska. And then a year later, she came back again. She had gained...
Well, you were... Sorry.
Huh?
What was that last part? I didn't hear you.
She had gained all kinds of weight. And she told me that her
forbid.
boyfriend was abusing her up there. And I told her, I said, so why don't you move back down here with people that actually care about you?
Oh, my God.
I said,
that did not
she
happen.
said, because my son's up there. I said, well, bring your son down here with you. She said, I can't. I don't have custody of him.
Stepdad Lorne sounds like a nightmare.
So we'll get the hell away from the boyfriend that you have up there, because obviously if he's beating you and making you feel like shit, then it's obviously no good for you.
Oh, my God.
But she went back
Lorne
up
the
there,
counselor. Says the dude who would totally abuse any woman he would be romantically
But
with.
her car was
Fuck
in
off.
Washington, wasn't it?
Her Bronco, yeah.
And then she went back to Alaska because her Bronco wasn't there.
She went back to Alaska, and when she came back to Washington from Alaska, her Bronco was no longer there.
Why would she have to go? Couldn't she just verify it over a phone
She
call?
didn't have her Bronco anymore.
Like, if it got repossessed, why would you come?
And what does that mean?
I don't understand.
I mean,
I don't get it.
She didn't have her own vehicle.
And that's why you and her didn't.
That's why she got mad at me, because I let him take the Bronco. I didn't have a choice in the matter. I made one payment for him. Out of obligation.
Obligation?
I made to her, I made the payment for her.
Oh my God.
But it was actually in his name. He bought it with his credit card.
More
So-
bullshit.
I thought you told me that you and her
These
stopped
tall
talking
tales
because
we're
you
watching
found out she was a slut.
develop in real time.
Well, no, we didn't stop talking because of that. She didn't know that I found out she was a slut. She didn't know I found out about CJ, the fucking CJ.
He makes it sound like it's some sort of dark secret she doesn't want anybody to know about. She has an alternate identity. Like, what the fuck? Also so misogynistic.
Another one of my friends.
Found out she was a slut.
You
She
fucked
didn't know.
both of your friends? I thought it was just the one.
To this day, she doesn't know that I found out about both of them. I can't
Bullshit.
remember what the other guy's name is.
Probably found
I
out
remember
watching
CJ quite well because
her.
I hung around
stalking
CJ quite a bit
her.
at the bar.
So, CJ was just a guy from the bar, though. He wasn't like your friend.
He was my friend from the bar. We didn't hang out and do anything. He invited me over to do stuff, but I was always doing other things.
Doubt.
How did you find out they was fucking?
CJ told me.
Watching her house.
They only did it once that I know of. CJ told me just about one time.
Bullshit.
So then what? You were like, you're banging CJ, so you and I are done, or what?
Hey, Asbury Brad.
Oh no, her and I was done before that because the incident with James.
Exactly. Polynomial
Me
purebred.
finding out the shit with James.
James
The
Charles?
shit with James, huh?
Yeah. And actually, I left when she was there. I stayed for a little bit, and when I saw her kissing him on the head, I got up and left. I blew it off as they were friends, but I'm like, why did she bring another guy over to my brother's house and kiss him on the fucking head? So I left.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Went to the bar and I sang karaoke that night. And,
Oh.
that's the night actually that I wound up going home with Debbie.
Okay, first of all, Debbie, nice. Recycled catfish names. Kissing somebody's head doesn't necessarily mean it's like an amorous thing. He's so jealous. God, he would be the type of person to yell at his girlfriend for just like wait, no, exactly what he did to Ramona. I mean, having the doctor touch her knee was a punishable offense on his or by his logic. Like, what a fucking dick. Yeah, Debbie. Yeah, here we go to Debbie.
With a girl named Debbie, English girl.
English girl. Ooh. Well,
And I
excellent.
should have stayed with her. Fortunately, I told her that I had feelings for someone else. I was going to tell her that I didn't want to have feelings for that girl, and I was
What?
going to tell Debbie that I liked her.
What in the
But I just couldn't
telenovela?
get the words to come out. And unfortunately, I never saw Debbie after that night. Or after that morning that she dropped me back off in my car.
Was that a one night
I
stand?
never saw her again.
Sounds like a one night stand, Lorne.
Because I was hoping to see her that weekend.
But I thought you
was
said
there
that
some kind of big confrontation with Paula?
you wanted to see her that weekend, but you told her that you weren't interested in her. Why would she see you? Whatever,
What?
asshole.
That led you guys never speaking again?
No. Her going back to Alaska was what led to us never not speaking again.
Mm.
I never heard from her after that, and I never tried to get in contact with her.
Was it because she was a slut, or was it because you couldn't stalk her anymore?
And you
Lorne?
loved her for 25 years after that.
Yep. Yep, I did.
Hello, George Glass.
Sucks. It's too bad. She can lie all she wants on there. I don't think any less of her because, I know how she is already, so.
You never, followed her home from the bar. You never followed her home from the bar or anything?
Well, yeah, I had to. I lived right in the apartment complex next to where she was living.
Admits it. Wait. Hold up. Rewind that. Motherfucker said what? Hold on, we're gonna go back. Okay, we're gonna have 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, I had to. I lived right in the apartment complex next to where she was living.
Okay. So, he didn't know that she lived in an apartment complex, but he knew her location. So now this is actually making more sense. I'm trying to kind of brainstorm and make a visual or like a map of this situation. So, if Lorne is correct, he was at the bar, right? She got off work. She went home. Again, this is if Lorne's telling the truth. Then he realized that she lived in the apartment complex next to him. Or he saw her outside her home and then he started following her. I could see him pulling the whole, like, can I get a cup of sugar? kind of bullshit. Like, sorry, that was stupid. That was a bad laugh, my bad. I'll say
No,
in the description for this call, Blue Boy, or in the pinned comment for this video, what did Blue Boy put? Something like, I'm sorry for all the pauses. I was just so like stunned by this. Where is it? Oh, sorry for all the pauses in the call. I was trying to comprehend the bullshit he was saying. Personally feel like Paula was just a waitress at a bar who was flirty because it's her job. And Lorne took it as a sign that she wanted him and stalked her. And I don't think they ever hung out alone. Yeah, that's Blue Boy's comment for this video.
after
Squeaks! Hello!
after she didn't live there anymore, no, I never followed her home from the bar.
Bullshit. Oh! After she didn't live there anymore. Oh.
Confused of you showing up randomly,
The
knocking
admission.
on her door.
What about it?
Just kind of weird.
Well, where are your cell phones?
Wow.
She didn't give me her phone number, but she gave me her apartment number. She didn't tell
What?
me that she was still living with them.
I
She told me
can't.
that they were broken up.
I can't.
That he broke off their engagement.
How come you never asked her while she was working?
I don't know.
Like, hey, what's your landline?
I don't know, because we were always with each other.
If you were always with each other, wouldn't she want to be close to
We didn't call
you?
each other.
Talk to
We never
you?
called each other hardly at all back then. Because we were always with each other. It's like Paul and Laura.
That doesn't make any...
Never called them either, because I was always with them.
This does not track, bro.
When were you always together, though?
Oops. Wrong button.
We were always together. All the time. And the time we weren't together,
How so? Because you hung out at the bar every day?
yeah, well, the only time we wasn't together was either when I was working or basically when she was working.
So...
But when she was working, I could be at the bar.
Oh, this is stalker shit.
So,
Then how come you didn't know she lived with her boyfriend if you guys was together all the time?
Exactly.
because that was when we first met.
What?
That first night that we met, she told me about her fiance breaking off their engagement. She didn't tell me.
So what night did you... So right after meeting her, you showed up and knocked on her door?
Good God. Yes!
Yeah, it was within that first week.
There it is. There it is. The admission. We've finally made it. It's been fucking a half hour. And we finally get to the truth about something. He just showed up at her goddamn house. Like, again, some sort of stupid Hallmark meet cute. Like, oh, I'm going to answer the door and she'll be like, oh my God, I know you from the bar. You're such a good singer, Lorne. Let's make out, Lorne. Don't tell my boyfriend. Fucking bullshit. Oh, what up, Jiffy?
Oh.
But
Then when did you guys start hanging out all the time?
Actually, wait, no, I'm going to run that back a little bit. Hold on. I think this is far enough.
Right after meeting her, you showed up and knocked on her door?
Perfect.
yeah, it was within that first week.
Hi, Sloth Cat.
Oh.
But
Then when did you guys start hanging out all the time?
Yeah, exactly, Cornmeal. That's what
You
I'm
just like
saying.
were like you went over there and said, "Hey, you want to come meet my brother?"
we're doing something. We did something. I don't remember what it was we did.
Mm-hmm.
I had asked her if she wanted to go over and meet my brother and sister.
Yeah,
My
right.
brother and sister-in-law.
I guess I'm just confused. How did it go from like her just being an employee, and then you being the guy who goes to the bar, and then how it became every day for 6 months?
It just did. It just shit happens.
Ugh.
It happened the way it happened.
Ugh.
Just the way it happened back then.
I mean, that's
So like
definitely,
randomly one day you'll just.
If you think about it, I mean, that's what he wants, and that's what he got with a lot of the catfishes, right? Is constant phone calls, constantly being together, constantly telling each other what was going on. I mean, that's what he wants, that's what he craves, and I can believe that he's lying right now and saying, you know, oh, we were always together. Like, that's what he would expect from a relationship.
Like, I've noticed you've been around me for a while.
It just became an everyday thing. Well,
But besides being at the bar, when did you guys hang out?
We hung out at Paul and Laura's all the time. We hung out.
Oh, sorry, Cyber Squeak. I read your thing earlier and then I got distracted by the admission. Squeak said, what did you say? You were talking about The Sims. I'm so sorry, I forgot. Oh yeah, the Wicked Whims mod. I love that you can use the Wicked Whims mod on robots. If you guys don't know, Wicked Whims is basically like a sex mod for The Sims. It's insane. It's quite a crazy mod to have. Cybersqueak also says, have you gotten the stuff for the new update? I don't have kids with options, so I had a chance to. Yes, actually, I do. I did the new infants update on The Sims. I've made an infant. I have not played with it. I just don't really play. Like I don't play with the actual Sims. I very rarely do it. I basically build, but the baby's pretty cute, and it's also a nice addition because the infant's cute because the babies are so goddamn boring. Like your Sim gets pregnant, has a baby, and it's just a little like a little object that you can like feed, change its diaper, and like cuddle with or whatever. It's so stupid. I'm really glad that they had the free update with the infants. They're very cute.
Doing other things. We go out shopping together. We did whatever. We went out to dinner together. We just did stuff together.
You can be robosexual, Timo.
I can't make a list of things for you that we did. It was freaking 30 years ago.
Well, I'm not asking for a list of things you did. I'm just saying, when did it become more than just you showing up at the bar?
It wasn't long after I met her. It wasn't long after that. It was within a couple of weeks.
Bullshit.
And how did that happen?
It just happened. We just started.
Well, did you ask her to hang out?
Yeah, either I'd ask her or she'd ask me. That's how I wound up missing so much work.
Because you'd be at the bar every night?
It is like pulling teeth. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ.
When she was working.
You think he'd be like really, really passionate or like serious about conveying the story about the woman he fell in love with? You know what I mean? Like whatever your experience was, but with your like first real big strong love, right? Like you're very passionate about it. You remember a lot of details. You like if somebody asks, good or bad, you're gonna tell them all the bullshit that happened. And he's just like is being super coy and like just doesn't want to elaborate because it's a lie that he doesn't want to have to build out again.
How often did she work?
God, I don't know. I don't remember now.
Oh my God. You can remember so many other things, but
she probably worked.
Wow. Yeah, Lorne Anderson. He is infuriating to listen to.
And what time did she get off usually?
Oh, let me see. If I remember right, Nickleby's closed at...
Oh my God. He could tell you when it closed.
I think it was 1 o'clock during the week.
That's when he'd follow her
I
home.
think it was at 2 o'clock.
So you would just hang out while she worked till 1 or 2 o'clock?
Yep.
Oh my word.
And you guys didn't do anything after?
No, we'd do things before she worked, or when I didn't have to work, or...
Bullshit!
It was something that we do every day. We're usually with each other just about every day.
Well, because
Right,
you would show up to her work, though.
If you've been in love with this woman for years, you would remember the shit you did together. Shoot, there's like, I've had relationships, right, which are very romantic and like they were just, you know, extremely passionate or intense relationships. And I mean, I don't remember every single detail, but like if you ask me and you genuinely wanted to know, I would spin you I would tell you a tale. I would go into details. I'd make it juicy. I'd make things interesting. And he just doesn't want to do it because he doesn't have anything else to say other than talk about like, you know, a romantic rival, a fake romantic rival. And the financial I paid for her Bronco. It's the same shit with the mac and cheese and deviled eggs. Like, whatever. It's making me mad.
What's your point?
Jay Potato Man! What's going on? Welcome.
I'm trying to figure out when you guys started hanging out.
It wasn't long after we met.
And you just got really defensive because I said it was just while he's
Polynomial
working.
purebred.
Yeah, because you're asking the same question over and over and over, and it's...
Well, because I would ask you and you would just repeat my question back to me as an answer.
Oh, well, what do you want me to say? It was over 25 years ago. I don't remember exactly when.
Well, if you were in love with her for 25 years, you should remember all 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was not long. I've told you this several times already. It wasn't long after we first met that we started hanging out together just about every day.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, yeah, just about every day we hung out.
Wow.
But after work, you would wait for her to get off work.
At 2 a.m.
You weren't hanging out after work, so I don't understand why you couldn't just go home early.
Right. It's 2 in the...
We'd just hang out.
Oh, after she would work at 1 in the morning?
Exactly.
Yeah. We go to Denny's or some other place to eat.
Denny's!
I think it was... There was a few more...
You can see it. This is... There's always a little truth to the lie. So this Denny's, right? This is probably the Denny's where he was a waiter. Or I highly doubt he was a waiter. He probably was a busboy. This is that same Denny's. He's going to throw it in there because there's a little truth to this lie. He did, in fact, spend time at this Denny's.
Eat after. I can't remember if it was Denny's or some other... It seemed like it was some other place that we went out to. But we didn't do that for very long. A lot of times we just go home.
Where you were living with your brother and sister and a bunch of children. So then at 1 in the morning, when this woman got off work, you would go over to your house and hang out again while there's sleeping children. It makes no fucking sense.
6 months' time. I don't remember every day. How exactly?
Well, I know you don't remember every day, but why wouldn't you just go home early?
Because I was interested in her.
So you can be interested in someone and still go home.
Mm-hmm.
Was you worried she was like going to talk to another guy? Is that what happened with CJ?
Was she what?
I said, did you want to make sure she wasn't talking to another guy or something like CJ?
No, I was just wanting to spend time with her. I never gave thought to another guy.
Right, no, exactly.
So how did you hang out with her while she was working?
He's adding places that he's actually been. I don't know if he worked. It was in Oklahoma. Who knows the timeline? All I know is that he's taking things that are true and repurposing them. He does it a lot. He does that quite often where you'll hear him say something and it's like, okay, I know that is in fact true. Or like maybe not in fact, but like we have a good idea that is actually how something went down. But he'll insert it somewhere where it's just to build a foundation for his lie.
And you just drank and watched her serve people.
Zachy Stanford, what's going on, man?
When we talked, when she had a chance to talk, we'd talk. She'd come over and we'd sit down.
Also, Eel, I can't wait till we're on a stream together and like we can just talk, because I feel like I always love what you have to say, and I like just want to like have a full-on conversation. We don't even have to listen to a call; it can just be us talking. If anybody would find that interesting.
Talk. I had friends there too, so I was hanging out with them too. Why is there like a million questions to her?
Well, because you were in love with her for 25 years
Exactly.
and trying to see why.
Just because of the way that she was with me and the way that I was with her, and I fell in love with her in the process, and
Horse shit.
I shouldn't have.
I mean, you tell me I can learn about you from you and not the website, but anytime I ask you something, you get defensive.
Well, yeah, because it's like, how many answers can I give to the same question?
Well, you're not really giving answers.
Well, yeah, because over 6 months' time, we went out and we did more than just go to breakfast and hang out at the bar. You know, there was a lot of things that we did.
Yeah, and you wouldn't answer me when I asked.
I don't remember them all. I didn't
Well,
try
like
to
what?
remember them all. Just stuff. I told you.
Stuff?
Sometimes we go out and shop and buy
You
some
see
stuff.
why I asked over and over? Because your answer just now was, we just did stuff.
I just don't remember everything. I don't remember everything that we did. It was 25 years ago.
Horse
When you
shit.
forgot about the stuff you guys did together, how come you still loved her after that? Because 25 years is a long time to love someone that you don't even remember the stuff you did with them.
Yeah, but I remember her. Maybe it's because she's the first woman that I was ever really.
I don't know if anybody here is like into fandom of the opera, but for whatever reason, I'm reminded of Rawls parts in Think of Me, where he's like talking about, I remember her when we were younger. Da, 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 da. I can picture Lorne singing that and singing his heart out. I wonder if he ever did musical numbers. That would be something to listen to.
In love with.
Could you imagine him singing Music of the Night? That would be that would be insane.
Maybe that's why that hung on for so long.
Oh, good night, Slash.
But you said she was a slut.
Yeah, she was.
So you loved a slut for 25 years?
Yeah, apparently I did. There was more to it than just that, though.
Oh.
It's just funny because it's like stuff like that, or you say, I've loved her for 25 years, and then on this website, she's just talking about how, like, you are not even, like, a big deal in her life at all, and you never were.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, he was just some guy that I knew for a few months.
Yeah. She's so fucking full of shit.
Rumple teaser.
Yeah, he's like, 25 years later, I forgot all about him until he was arrested.
Yeah, I imagine she forgot all about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fucking lying. She lies all through her fucking teeth.
Music of the Night slaps.
Why does that make you so mad?
I don't think it makes me mad. I think it makes me upset that she would say that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, you weren't as big of a deal to her as she was to you.
Oop.
Yeah, maybe.
Bloop.
That might be it.
Bloop. Is he gonna
Might
laugh?
hit that on the head.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's not. Because
You're like,
now he likes this. He likes this line of talk because it makes him the victim.
Obviously, I had more of myself invested in her than she had in me. Otherwise, she wouldn't have
Right.
told the shit.
Oh, boo-hoo.
well, what shit did you do? Sounded like she slept with people and you guys weren't even dating, so what kind of shit did you do?
I cannot. Voice to voice said thruple chaser, and I read it as rumple teeth.
Well, she knew that I wanted to be with her, and she knew that I was waiting for her to be over her ex. She made moves on me before I thought she was ready to do anything. And I didn't do anything.
Okay, well, just because you liked her doesn't mean that she was obligated to do any of that, like, be with you in any way.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't obligated to do anything. She wasn't obligated to do anything, and she obviously knew that.
Sorry.
She went like some other guy.
But he wanted a chance.
Brought him over to my brother's house with me there.
He needed a chance.
Well, she wouldn't if she liked you.
So there was, oh yeah, of course she wouldn't if she liked me.
I
But she
love
still
that.
wanted to fuck me after.
I love it when he goes,
Had
oh
her-
yeah.
Had him bring her over to my apartment
Sure.
to fuck me.
Well, that's according to you, because she says that never happened, but
Mm-hmm.
anywho.
Of course she says that. She's full of shit.
What?
She's full of shit.
Just because you had feelings for her doesn't mean that she was a slut or anything, because she didn't have feelings for you back.
Right.
That's not why she was a slut. She was a slut. She was sleeping with anything that would come along.
Besides you.
Well, she slept with me too.
That's the one time, though.
Yep, just the one time. Now I'm thankful that it was just the one time.
Hey, Tiana James. Welcome.
How come you didn't let her decide when she was ready?
That's what I was thinking that I was doing.
Also, like, unrelated, but anybody who's watching this gameplay, I have custom content dishes. So I think most of these are base game, but some are not base game. I'm pretty sure a lot of these are included in the actual like Sims games, not custom content, but there may be a couple. If you do download this this restaurant, just a little heads up.
Time.
Well, if she was making moves on you, wouldn't you be like, right, she's clearly over her ex-boyfriend / roommate?
Well, I know. I should have.
Welcome, Pussy Destroyer.
But I didn't, so shit happens for a reason. Shit happens for a reason. I'm not going to dwell over her anymore. I've spent 25 years dwelling over her and still loving her, and I finally got past that.
Trying to get past that. Okay. That was the end of call 19, the iconic call. Now we're going to go back to hold on. We're going to go to the playlist. Again, that particular call wasn't in the playlist. All right, where are we starting now? I think this is correct. I'm pretty sure this is right. This is call...
What the fuck is Paula?
Wait. Ah, crap. Hold on.
Hello?
Hello?
I think that's it. Okay. I think we're in the right order now.
Hello?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna be okay.
You're not texting to me. You must be pretty mad.
Oh, my Lord.
No.
You're not texting to me at all. How come?
Oh, I hate this. I hate that
I
talk.
just didn't want to. You're being annoying.
Being annoying. So I speak my mind and I'm annoying.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I guess so.
Bingo.
What did you said you had something important?
Yeah, need to rush right through it, huh?
Well, if it's important.
Well, it was in the... They could have waited till you were off work.
What?
Are you off work
I am
already?
off work.
Oh, you are?
No, she didn't rush.
You get off work early tonight.
Oh, he'd love that if
Okay,
she rushed
first
to
I got a
call
question
him
for you.
while at work.
What?
When we had the throuple, remember I gave you my
No.
My username and password for my bank account.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this.
Did quote unquote Jamie have it too?
I think Will had it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Will had it too. Did he put any of it on the internet?
No.
They might not have
Is
at
it
that
on the
time. I
internet?
don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, it will be now.
I don't think so, but he wouldn't be able to have it on there now anyway, because they're changed. I changed them a long time ago.
What changed?
I do trust you. If we wouldn't have had that fight today,
Aw.
I'd still be a lot more skeptical.
Oh my god. Okay. With this deep pause in his speech. Okay, that was the Japanese ramen shop. I hope you like that. Again, available on the gallery. #PearlyHates. So I've got one more vid for y'all. And gosh, how long is this? Ooh, let me make sure I mute it. Cause yeah, okay. So we've got 24 minutes here and then 17 minutes. I think this will work out. Ein Moment bitte.
Than what I am now. So
Okay. And this is a sim build.
Today did some good. Okay.
Okay.
I know it probably doesn't make sense to you, huh?
Nope.
How do I explain it? With you showing me how upset you're getting about stuff and about the catfish, and you mentioned it, and I didn't have to even say anything about it. It helps to let me realize that you really were catfish and you're not lying to me about that. That means to you.
He will believe anything.
What does?
Me and you.
Oh, night, Eelberg.
Me and
Sleep well.
But you're not doing this just for some catfish.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Not really, but I hardly understand what you're saying half the time.
With you bringing up the catfish and you acting the way that you did today.
Oh, Tebow, you should check out.
That fight.
You should check out Punk Pansy's streams. They made a Lorne and they're currently working on the trailer failure. It's pretty cool. In The Sims.
Because somebody puts you up to it.
Oh, he's totally fishing John. Yeah, that's a good point.
It helped to let me know that you're telling me the truth.
The fight was about Alex.
Oh, you good, John. I am
know.
also lazy with my English.
Things were discussed.
If you guys can understand what I'm trying to say,
Okay.
there you go.
The other things were talked about, and things were said.
What is it? Why say many word when few make sense, or whatever. Whatever that dude said.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, sure.
Let me link Punk Pansy's
So, what did you want to
channel
talk about? You said you had something important.
or videos.
Well, wait a minute. Are you just saying sure just to get me to stop talking about it?
Yeah, basically.
So it doesn't matter if you understand.
Well, no, it doesn't, because we'll probably have another fight about Alex tomorrow or the next day or the next day, so it doesn't really matter.
I'm gonna fight him about him. How come you can't understand that? I just want you to back away from him. You're sharing things with him that would be nice for you to be sharing with me.
I trust him. I've met him face to face.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, it is. Didn't you, like, get on probation and can't leave Maine? Isn't that entirely your fault?
Did you choose to go down and see Jamie first?
Oops.
You told me to see Jamie first.
Well, what choice did
Oh
I
my
have?
And
goodness.
you introduced me to Jamie, so that's 100% your fault, too.
I didn't. Well, let's get this straight.
Get
You
this
went
straight.
ass over tea kettle when you saw a picture of Jamie.
Ass
Oh,
over
God, I know.
tea kettle.
Okay, so you can't blame that on me.
I'm not blaming it on you.
Hold on, I need
The
a
one that
second.
mentioned being into a throuple, and I had never even heard of what a throuple.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, well, you agreed to be in the throuple. You could have said no. I would not have seen her without you showing me a picture of her, so
Oh my
that's
lord.
also your fault.
That
You
made
also
me
wouldn't stop
laugh too
talking
hard.
to him. You kept messaging Will, saying
Mm-hmm.
that his pussy belonged to you.
The banner
So,
for my
you tell
channel.
me who's fault it is.
The banner for my channel is like it looks like an inspirational quote poster, and it has Lorne's face, and it says, "Your pussy will always be mine." Bobby Gump made that. Thank you, and I love it.
I showed you a picture of her. I didn't think you were going to go ass over tea kettle.
Okay.
And neither one of us knew that it was actually Will, which was very pathetic for him.
Oh God,
Okay.
it's pathetic.
You know,
Really? Because he
you know,
didn't have any
it's really
feelings for
hard
you.
me to hear you say that you trust Alex and you don't trust me. And you knew
Why
me,
would I?
Mm-hmm.
and you knew me before him.
I knew you for like 3 weeks before him.
So
And I see him more often than I see you. I never see you.
you've actually known me for a long time.
I met you 3 weeks before I met Alex.
But they met before.
Known me for a long time.
But they met before.
And you
I
mentioned
just said I met you 3 weeks before meeting him.
Oh my God.
If I've known you for a long time, I've known him for a long time.
why do you not get what I'm saying? You've known me for a long time, but you've actually been looking at stuff on the internet about me.
Hold on. Is he trying to say that she's known of him? Because that's very different. I feel like the way he's saying it is like the subtext here is he's trying to convey like closeness.
What are you talking about?
Some interview you had with Chris, you told Chris that you noticed a lot of stuff online about me.
You don't understand. Interviews are just interviews. They don't mean anything. I get paid to do an interview. I do an interview.
Mm-hmm.
So did Chris pay you to say that?
I don't remember what I said.
No, anyway, that's real. It wasn't.
Let's drop it because I'm not going to be able to make a point.
So as
That's
I
what
was
he's
saying,
doing.
I met you 3 weeks before meeting him. I see him all the time. I talk to him just like I talk to you. And I've never met you. And when we started talking, instantly you told Sue, who then went online and told everyone. So you wonder why I can't trust you.
Sue.
But Casey, when you met Alex, you asked him out to have drinks that night.
Yeah,
So?
How many days in a row did you talk for hours on the phone with him?
I don't know.
How many days in a row did you talk to hours on the phone with me?
This juxtaposed with like his story about falling in love with Paula is kind of funny. Like, oh, you immediately met and started. You got drinks with him and you were hanging out and on the phone talking every day.
What does time talking on the phone mean?
Yeah.
The length of time of talking to one person compared to the other. What means you know someone more? I don't know shit about you. I asked you yesterday. You couldn't even think of anything.
Because you were spending time with him and no time with me.
I can't spend time with you. You're in Maine.
Well, we're spending time on the phone. We're spending time together.
Oh my
That's
lord.
not the same.
Oh, so because he's in California, you spend hours with him on the phone.
No.
It was
That many
it's
syllable.
upsetting that. Never mind.
But
upsetting that you trust him and you don't trust me.
Oh.
And you and I started out together.
Poor
And he came in the
Lorne.
picture. And
He came in the picture the same time you came in the picture.
no, he did not.
We weren't even together when I first started talking to him. Because we knew each other for 3 weeks. We were not together until the throuple started.
Big deal if it was 3 weeks. It was you and I.
I'm saying it's not a big deal.
Ah,
The 3 weeks is nothing. We met each other at the same time.
Well, maybe it was something to me.
You would put value on
That's
the 3 weeks.
exactly his narcissism. It means something to me.
I do not.
No. Well, obviously not, because you turned to
Length
him all
of
the
time
time.
doesn't matter if you're more comfortable with someone or you trust someone or not. It doesn't matter how long you knew them.
So
Mm-hmm.
you're more
I've known
comfortable
people
with him
for
than you are with
15
me.
years I wouldn't trust.
You're more comfortable with him than you are with me.
I don't know. I've never met you. It's different. How do you not see how that's different?
It's different because he's able to be right there, and you spend time with him in person, and
Exactly.
you spend hours on the phone with him.
Never
Hours.
said that, but okay.
Hours.
Yeah, well, that's part of it too,
What?
because you spend hours on the phone with him.
Didn't I just say I didn't say that? You just make shit up in your head all the time.
Casey, you told me before that you spent hours on the phone with him.
I said I spent hours on the phone with him. When?
When you first started talking to him.
When?
A year ago?
It wasn't a year ago.
Well, however long it was ago, when I first started talking to you.
When was that? October?
Okay, so back in October.
The music in the
October,
background.
November,
Goddamn.
September. Maybe it was September.
Okay, so almost a year ago.
Just doesn't seem like time's gone that fast.
Okay, so I talked to him a few times for a couple hours 9 months ago.
Hello, John Ryan. Really quick here. I know some people previously wanted to know about like a mod to make your sim stop moving. The one that I actually downloaded one right now. It's called Shimrod and Shook Sims. They're two different ones. I think I'm using Shook Sims, and it's by Mizore Yuki. I'm gonna put the link here. Oop, wait, no, it's not gonna let me do that, is it?
And that means I do it all the time.
Give me a moment. I'm gonna figure it.
You said you was doing it, that you've done it a few
God.
it was nights in a row that you did it.
Okay.
So how much time do you spend with him now?
When?
Seems like every other day you're hanging around with him.
No.
How often?
I don't know. Whenever I have free time, why does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
Because
It doesn't.
You've already done sexual shit with him, so of course it matters.
No, it doesn't.
It does too.
Well, it doesn't matter to me.
What, so you gonna say that you'll never do sexual shit with him again?
You never know.
So are you telling me that so long as I'm in the picture, nothing's gonna happen with you and him?
I don't know.
No, it's not what I was wanting to hear.
There, I put the link for the mod in case.
All
anybody
right. Well, what do you
needs
want
it.
to hear? And I'll just repeat that.
No, because I don't want you to just repeat it. I want to come from you. It doesn't do any
Okay,
good if you
well,
just repeat what I
That
want.
just came from me and you didn't like it.
Huh?
Huh?
You what?
You what?
Nothing.
Sorry.
What? What'd you say?
I said that just came from me and you didn't like it. You're like, that's not what I want to hear.
That's not what I want to
So
hear.
just tell me what you want to hear. And then I'll just say that to you.
Why? Just so I hear what I want to hear?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Instead of what the actual truth would be?
Yeah, we know
Yeah,
that's what you want. Jinx.
No.
Lies.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Huh?
What?
Well, no, see, then we get all confused here with this, too, because, you know, you were saying that we were dating before, and then today you said we're not even dating.
Hey, Tracy.
I've told you
Welcome.
since we started talking again, I'm not having any more phone relationships. Not after all that catfish and bullshit.
Okay,
I'm not doing it again.
Now, that had nothing to do with me.
absolutely did.
I was the one being catfished.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it was all bullshit, and I didn't like it, so.
Yeah. So how do you think I liked it? When it was
You
bullshit?
loved it. You were catfish
Exactly.
for 10 years. You loved being catfish.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't. You really think I knew what was going on? They wouldn't let me on the internet. I couldn't
found
see
out
anything.
Ramona was fake. You kept talking to her. You found out Winnie wasn't really me. You kept talking to her. That must have been 15 people. You kept talking to her. So yeah, I think you kind of liked it.
You
I
definitely
wanted to believe that people were going to stop lying.
Well, then you're stupid.
I believe in you. Hey, Salty Robot.
Because why would they stop lying to you? You think that they contacted you
Maybe because
for
they
anything
grew up.
other than to laugh and make fun of you?
Maybe
And that when you found out, you thought they were going to come clean and fall in love with you?
The Ramona call. Tiana James says, wish Lorne cried during the Casey saga. Right? God damn. I wish he was drunk. I wish he was still a drunkard. It would have been like, this stuff would have just been, I mean, it's already top fucking tier, but it would have just kind of cranked it up to 11. You know what I mean?
Maybe because they grow a conscience. None of them did it.
You should grow a brain.
What, and consider everybody on Earth a liar?
Not everyone, just everyone that, has catfished you from the Church of God that you knew were from the Church of God.
Yep. Yeah,
Things
well.
that I weren't so sure about. It's like, Jamie, I didn't know.
Okay.
You didn't.
She fooled you too.
You didn't realize that a robot, a male British robot who inexplicably couldn't talk anymore because they got COVID, wasn't real? He was dumbass. In denial. He's just so lonely. He's gonna take any kind of attention he can, man. Whatever.
Yep. Which is why I'm not having any more phone relationships.
So
She's smart.
It's not hard to get fooled by these people. Then when they sit around and they figure out what to do.
With
Well, it
their
only
bowls
took
of
me
sugar.
one time to be fooled. You've been fooled like 15 times.
You had to go there. You went there before you knew what was going on. Before you found out.
She told herself she would never go
If
there.
not, it would have been still continuing.
Okay, yeah.
So see, it's not hard for them
Yeah,
to fool
she said it
people.
only took me one time to realize that I'm never doing that again.
Yeah. Well, I'm thankful that you're the last time that I'm doing it.
Oh my god.
So what was the important thing?
Jesus, you are just in a rush.
The last time I'm doing it. First of all, not true. Second of all, does he mean... is that like a Freudian slip? Is he aware of this being... he's like subconsciously aware of it being a catfish. He's like, you're the last time I'm gonna do this. That sounds like that to me.
To get off the phone with me, aren't you?
It's important. What is it?
You want to know something personal about me. I still haven't thought of anything personal that you're looking for other than physical, like my teeth. Nobody knows about my teeth but you.
What do you mean no one knows about your teeth? There's pictures of your teeth on the internet.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys can't
they
see.
think my teeth are in really bad shape.
But
My teeth are not in bad shape.
the image for this call is his teeth.
What?
Hold on.
Stained, and that front one was a crown.
Give me a second.
That's why that's
Take a
off
picture of
color.
your teeth right now and send it to me then.
Here we go. I'm gonna post it for
Take
y'all
a
to
picture of
see.
your teeth right now and send it to me then.
No,
No.
Exactly.
that one. No, I trust you.
No,
Oh,
because
shit.
what do you think is going to happen if you send it to me?
I don't. Doesn't matter if you put them on the internet or not. They're already on there. Remember?
These are them pearly whites. These chiclets. Bro, his teeth are so gross. Like, I understand, how dental hygiene is like really tied to socioeconomic status, but Jesus, man. Those are some nasty ass teeth.
Yeah, but you said no one knows. You said they're different now, so let me see them.
They're not different right now. I haven't had anything done yet. But you heard
Then
that
what
word.
do we know about them?
You heard that
But you
word?
don't know about your teeth. They know everything about your teeth.
No, they don't either. You don't have my dental records.
The dental records, yeah, sure, they don't have dental records.
Probably
but they
would send
see your
it.
teeth.
You would definitely send
They still
that.
don't know what's going on with them.
I don't need to know what's medically wrong with them.
Well, good, because there's nothing medically wrong with them. The only thing that's wrong with them is they're stained
Oh!
from coffee and cigarettes.
Let me pull that back up really quick,
Yeah.
The
guys.
only thing that's wrong with them.
Yeah, and they know that.
They're stained after 30 years.
And they're chipped and they're broken.
That's just from a cavity. I had a cavity on the front tooth.
That shit is
That's what happened
gnarly.
with my other front tooth. I had a cavity on it, and part of it chipped off, and then I wound up getting a bigger chip because I hit my tooth on something, and
You hit your tooth on something?
yeah, I can't remember what I was doing, but I hit it on something really hard, and
Okay, I'm not looking at that anymore.
I wound up.
Yeah,
chipping
get a
bigger chip
toothbrush.
out of it.
Literally.
So
You don't remember.
I don't remember what it was I hit my tooth
He
on.
never remembers.
I was putting something up to my mouth. I don't remember what it was.
So I'm sure I
shit.
can just look your teeth up on the website and figure out exactly what happened.
Huh?
I said I can just look your teeth up on the website and figure out exactly what
I
happened.
love
No,
Casey.
you can't.
You can't.
And I can't.
That's something I never told anybody.
All right, well, let's see then.
Okay, go ahead and look at it. Actually, I don't think I've even told anybody about having cavities on my front teeth. My other one has a filling.
Bet.
He was going to put a filling in the one that has a crown on it until the dentist had the idea that if we drill it down to a post, then we put a crown on it and wouldn't have to worry about it being a cavity there, or wouldn't have to worry about it chipping again.
Chipping
I said,
again.
well, let's go ahead and try it. And he did it, and he was afraid it might fall out after 10 years, but it never fell out. But it's also never match my other teeth like I wanted it to. But that's something I'm going to be getting fixed.
What is he talking about?
And I've had a couple molars pulled, and I've had 2 of my wisdom teeth taken out. That's the only thing that's wrong with my teeth.
Okay, right here. You told Winnie when you crashed into that house, you hit your face on the steering wheel.
Stage because my standards are so high.
Oh, who? Thank you, Disaster Piece, for subscribing.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that cracked it.
I told you I was able to find it. It took me 3 seconds.
That cracked it. Yeah. I was surprised. I don't remember ever telling anybody about that.
Probably because you were hammered.
I wasn't hammered. My blood alcohol content was 0.09878.
Oh, horseshit.
And then when you
Legal
told
limit.
Winnie, and that's drunk, dumbass.
Oh, sorry.
Legal limit was 0.08. I was a few steps
Wes! Hello,
over
friend.
0.08.
So good to see
All right,
you.
so
Thanks
what
for
did you
coming
just say?
by.
What was those last few words? You were what?
I was a few sips over.
There you go.
Few sips.
Yeah, I know. So it's legally it's drunk.
I was few sips over. Legally, I was drunk. My
Legally
drunk.
it's intoxicated, not drunk, but
Drunk.
intoxicated.
What is the
Jesus.
difference?
Intoxicated enough to make it not legal.
This man is insane.
This is what I mean when I say you can never take responsibility for anything.
I took responsibility for it.
The legal definition is what counts, dumbass.
Good new laugh. Good new laugh.
Yeah, but
Hold on. I gotta replay those mini syllables. Holy shit. Oh my god. Am I back far enough? I'm not back far enough. Hold on. Sorry, give me a moment. Okay, I think this should be enough.
but intoxicated.
Jesus.
Intoxicated enough to make it not legal.
This is what I mean when I say you can never take responsibility for anything.
Here we go.
I took responsibility for it.
The legal definition is what counts, dumbass.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but I'm gonna go back one more time. Holy shit.
Definition is what counts, dumbass.
yeah, but
You're intoxicated, not drunk. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Anything to fucking delude yourself. Do you just repeat things to yourself over and over again until you believe them?
After one beer,
Yep.
do you consider yourself drunk?
No.
Nobody does. Exactly.
After 18 beers? Yeah, I would. After 5 beers? Yes, I would.
Okay.
4 beers? Yes, I'm
I'd
drunk.
already been without beer for 8 hours.
Well, you don't blow a 0.9 on one beer, so if it took you that long to get to a 0.9, then you were probably wasted.
Not 0.9, 0.09. Legal limit.
0.09, whatever. That's what I meant.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's pretty fucking drunk, and that's not one drink over the limit, bro.
Legal limit
He's
is 0.8.
so in denial.
0.08.
He really is, like she said, just doesn't want to take accountability for anything. And like another one of the worst crimes you can commit, in my opinion, is fucking drink driving. Like that's really horrible, in my opinion. I think it's extremely dangerous. I think it's very selfish, and it's one of those crimes that's like preventable. You don't need to do that. Like there shouldn't be a point in time where like oh my gosh, I need to have a drink and I need to drive myself home. That's so stupid.
I was
in any era, get a ride home, crash on the fucking couch.
It was 09.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I have a personal I have a lot of personal feelings towards drink driving.
Drank for hours, which means God only knows what it was.
Thanks, Ricky.
Of your drunkenness.
I fell asleep. That's
if
how we got
09 after 8 hours.
I fell asleep. That's
at
how
the
I
wheel.
went off the road.
Great.
Again, so drunk and tired, crash. Stay there. If you're at somebody's house and they're too much of an asshole to let you leave, or I don't remember what the context was. I can't remember if he was at a party or not. I think he was, right? Like sleep in your car. I know you can get in trouble for that, but Jesus fucking Christ, sleep in your car. Don't put the keys in the ignition. Whatever the hell that rule is, that stupid rule. Like, you don't need to be doing that, man. I don't know if any of you have ever, like, driven and been really tired, but it is so, like, that's actually dangerous. There have been a couple of, I used to make 8-hour drives to get to my hometown. And there were a couple of times where I had to pull over on the side of the road because I was like nodding off, and it's super dangerous and it's very scary to like be in. And for him to just like be so narcissistic, so selfish, so just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to do exactly what I want to do. And drink drive is furious. Makes me absolutely fucking furious.
I was legally drunk. There. Are you happy?
Yeah, because you were honest about something instead of trying to come up with a stupid excuse.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not a matter of coming up with an
I was
excuse.
intoxicated. That's wrong. The dumbest. I feel like you. Every time I talk to you, you say something dumber than you said the time before.
Oh, of course. Because it's not exactly what you want me to say.
No, because it's not the truth, Lorne. It's because you're not taking accountability, Lorne. It's because you're in fucking denial and you're a narcissistic piece of shit. Good God. This is really pissing me off. I'd rather have Lorne drive into a single. I don't think life is worth losing an innocent tree. Yeah.
Right?
Sure. Whatever. I don't care. Yeah, it's not what I wanted to hear.
What, that you don't care? Yeah,
oh my fucking God.
You don't care.
That's not...
It'd be nice if I knew...
I want to smack the dog shit out of this
I just
man.
wish you weren't so stupid.
You think I'm stupid, and I'm far from it. I just don't agree with some certain things.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta play a video.
You're right in some ways, but in some ways, they're wrong. I understand the ways that they think they're right, but I also look at the other point of view. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Go by just one person says. There's so many people in the world saying other things.
Sure.
Okay, how's my bench?
All right, so that is the end of episode 20. I'm going to end here for the night, but very quickly, I really want to play one of my favorite Lorne things. I have it memorized. It's like a little monologue. Could you imagine doing like a forensic? Anyway, yeah, so this is my sim. I think she looks really good. That one I don't think is on the in my gallery, but if you would like me to, I mean, I can do that. Really quickly, I just want to play this. I just really want to play this Lorne clip. Let me see if I can do this quickly. Browser source. I think I can do it like this, right? Give me a moment. Let me figure it. Okay. Yes. Here we go.
This is me.
My favorite Lorne
Like I said,
video.
I'm taking a shower. It's too bad you can't get the whole picture, but you're too busy concentrating on your new guy. You know, the one that you spent all night with last night. Stayed up all
All
night
night with
last night.
light.
Couldn't talk to me this morning because you stayed up with him all night last night. And then you couldn't answer my call until like around 3 o'clock today because you had to charge your battery because you stayed up with him all night. So don't think I'm stupid to your fucking crap. I'm not stupid to your crap. I know I'm not the only fuck guy you've been talking to. Because last night proved it when you stayed up with him all fucking night.
So there you go. Oops.
There you go. I'm far from stupid. Have more fun.
It's so good. I love that fucking video. Oh, I saw it cut off. I'm so sorry. Wait, can you guys hear it still? I swear to God, Streamlab is being so annoying right now. Okay. All right, so that's all, folks. I thank you for coming out. I'm actually gonna look it up. I was told that it's Muckle, not Munkle. Mickle? Metropolis? Nope. Muckle is not it. Damn it. We need to figure out what this freaking word is. If he's saying muckle or munkle, or let me look this up. Muckle verb. Oh shit. I think I found it. Oh my God. I found it. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is from Wiktionary. How do you say this? Wiktionary. I think that's how you say it. Okay. I found it. This is not, you have a gaping hole on Pornhub. Bye. So good. Okay. I think I found it. It's a Wiktionary. The entry is for Muckle. And we've got verb, third person singular, simple present tense is muckles. The present participle is muckling, and the simple past and perfect participle is muckled. It is a U.S. dialectical word or verb meaning to latch onto something with the mouth. Oh, with the mouth? That is not what he was. He muckled onto her leg, so he's like a sucker fish. On his sister's leg. Oh, sorry. That's such a gross. Oh my God. Okay. So according to Wiktionary, the quotations that they're showing here for like when it was used, or at least when it was recorded to be used, in 1954 by Elizabeth Ogilvy in something called The Dawning of the Day on page 99, it says, how she'd get such a holt on you, Terence Campion. Let alone the way she's muckled onto these Bennets. I don't get it. And then from 2002, it says, oh, Jesus Christ. William G. Wilkford. The book is called The Maternity leave breastfeeding plan. Jesus Christ. Page 87. Another technique for the baby who is having trouble muckling on involves a breast or nipple shield. Yeah, okay, so this literally... Oh, and then here we go. 2004, in the book Families, Fishing, and Faith, says when an exhausted sucker is hauled to the top of the wall, usually its muckling circle of the mouth goes into a frenzied sucking spasm. Oh my god, sorry. Those are such gross quotes. I'm sorry. But yeah, he's like a fucking sucker fit. He doesn't know what that word means. I'm curious, Alicia, if you are listening to this later in the replay crew, I would love to know if this is if this is in your dialect, what that word sort of means. Not to like latch onto something, but to literally like suck on, or I guess whatever. Anyway, page 87. Oh no, was that page 87? Good catch, it was page 87. Lorne is indeed a sucker. Families, Fishing, and Faith sounds like a good book. Yeah, that sounds like something Lorne would love. Though I don't really know if he's very he's like a faithful man, if that's the term, or like spiritual. I don't know. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming out. It's been so good to be back here with y'all. I'm gonna be streaming much more often. And I missed you guys. I really did. Being away for 3 weeks sucked. And I took a little break too for the past 2 weeks just to kind of detox from Lorne and just be sick and not have to think about anything other than like, I just like watched a bunch of Elden Ring videos for the most part and read and wrote. Like that's pretty much it. So yeah. Anyway, thanks guys for coming out. Have a beautiful night, day, afternoon, wherever you are. I'll see you later.